Good afternoon. I'm Christine with Senior Care Solutions. We're an information referral service for seniors and their families as they navigate the senior care journey. And I'm a geriatric care manager and a family consultant who've worked for senior care for 13 years and in the industry for 25. One of our big missions is to provide education, resources, and information to families and clients that we're working with. The difficult part during this pandemic is that we can't provide the information, education, and things that we've done in the past. All our monthly education seminars are put on hold. Our support groups are currently, although we're working on virtual support groups. And so we're getting lots of questions from our colleagues, from our friends, from our clients regarding the state of the current pandemic and what it's like for the senior care services. So what we've decided to do is a weekly interview series where we talk to some of the experts in the field about how this is impacting their clients and their services. So today we want to start by interviewing a home care company regarding how this is impacting them. So I'm going to bring in Buck Shaw from Home Instead Senior Care, and bear with us, we're just starting to use this technology. One moment. Buck, hi, it's Christine, and I was just introducing you, Buck Shaw with Home Instead Senior Care, and he's going to help us navigate what it's like in the home care field right now. So, Buck, do you want to tell us a little bit about you and Home Instead?
Sure. Hey, Christine, thanks for having us. We really appreciate it. My journey in home care started, gosh, about 30 years ago. My dad he was this tough, hardworking guy who kind of took care of everybody around him, but never really learned how to care for himself. So after 70 years of peanut butter and bacon sandwiches and vodka and cigarettes, he was having some health problems. Back then, there weren't a lot of options. Across the board, the options were pretty tough. But we kept him at home for almost 10 years, and he, had the highest quality of life I think we could provide with independence and the way things should be in integrity. So while that was going on, a colleague of mine started a new concept, a business of non-medical home care that he then was successful with and built that out into a franchise system. I got involved very early on. So for about 24 years, actually, as of this month, we've been providing home care services in the community to homebound seniors. And we provide, really basic care, a lot of the same things family members would do, but then we go beyond that as well because we have extensive dementia training. We're good with working with skilled home healthcare companies, but we basically help seniors do activities on a daily basis that allow them to remain independent.
Right. Well, wonderful. And we're so glad to have you here today. We've personally used Home Instead, and I know some other family or colleagues of mine that have. And so not only have we had clients who've had tremendous experiences, we've had personal experience too. So thanks for being here and joining us and doing the work that you guys do. So, one of the big reasons we're here today is just to talk a little bit about the impact of the coronavirus, the pandemic on senior services. So can you tell us a little bit about how this is impacting you and the measures that you're taking to protect your clients and your caregivers?
Sure. Well, if you think about it, home care, seniors in their homes, while they're the highest risk or at high risk because of their age, they're vulnerable. They're also, if you look across the whole delivery of the healthcare system and senior care system, they're probably some of the more safe in the sense that they're relatively isolated. That's good and bad. That's bad from a socialization point of view, but it's good right now in terms of the pandemic because they're fairly isolated. So as long as we as caregivers keep minimal exposure and take maximum protection for that client and that caregiver coming in, we think it's going to prove that this is probably the safest place for seniors to be. So we've taken every precaution possible as far as protocols and policies, as far as sterilization. PPE has been tough. We can talk about that. We're starting to get PPE now, and we've gotten very creative in ways we can create our own PPE in the meantime, but we're doing everything possible to minimize traffic into that home. So one caregiver, one client, wherever possible, to encourage that family to do the same. It's been kind of tough, but we've had to actually tell some families, it does not make sense right now to have a relative come visit from New York as much as you want to. But maximum policies and procedures and precautions, keeping everybody in a sterile environment and still delivering that care that is critical for those seniors.
Right. And I know a big part of it is not just protecting your clients, but your caregivers as well. How's this going with your caregivers? How are they stepping up, or how are their fears, and how are you dealing with that?
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing, Christine. I mean, I always say that in really trying times, we see the best in people, and unfortunately, sometimes we see the worst in people. We've seen the best from this group of 220 people. I mean, we went out of our way first to look at our at-risk people, who would be people over 65, because caregivers do tend to be a more mature workforce. So obviously we're protecting them, giving, first of all, anybody who wants to or isn't comfortable working in this environment, there are now benefits in place, and we're going to protect them and make every possible resource available to them. But even those over 65 predominantly want to continue to care for their clients and go to work. There's anxiety for sure. There's a stress level right now that people, are fearful. And their biggest fear, Christine, is not that they would get sick. It's that they would vector sickness to their clients. So it's been phenomenal.
They're amazing angels, as I've always thought of the caregivers. So what would you say your biggest challenge is at currently? Is it just, accessing the PPE, which for those of you who don't know, I think everyone does, but personal protective equipment, so face masks, gowns, gloves, those types of things, or is it something else?
That's a huge part of it, because in an ideal world, everybody right now would have N95 masks, including the general public. The reason guidelines have been loosened is because logistically we have to prioritize that to the healthcare workers, and we do. So we have, it's been a really extensive effort. We've had a phenomenal response from the community in making masks for us. We've secured PPE and have tons of it on order from all over the world, and it's starting to trickle in. But it is tough not to have the maximum amount of protective equipment that you would have going into this environment. Much like any war setting or moonshot effort, in these environments, you have to sometimes make do and do the best you can and be creative, and we're doing all of that. So PPE is one of them. We did see a drop off on kind of discretionary clients, and I expected that. Now, we're seeing more critical clients coming in, and I think the school of thought for many families is, let's get mom or dad or aunt or uncle or grandma or grandpa home as soon as we can, where they are safer than in an environment where they're exposed to more people. So we're starting to see those opportunities come in, and we need caregivers too, because as we protect those 65-year-olds and those caregivers at risk, we need to replace them with caregivers who are younger, healthier, and want work. And we have that opportunity going right now.
Right. Yeah, and we're seeing, and from our perspective, where people are holding off a little bit longer. They don't want to place their loved one, although there is communities and care homes that are still taking clients. But I think there's this big fear factor, and so we're seeing a lot of families wanting to try to keep mom or dad at home a little bit longer. And we've heard of some bringing their loved one home from a facility because of the fear and anxiety in their home, but then they're suddenly realizing how difficult this is. So, so tell us, just real quickly, how can a family feel comfortable, securing home care in this environment, and how would they go about that with Home Instead? How would they contact you, and what's the process? And that information would be great.
Sure. Well, and let me start by saying that I certainly don't want to disparage any other environment. I mean, I have a father-in-law who's in a skilled nursing environment right now. They're doing an amazing job. Assisted livings, skilled nursing, acute rehab, all of these different entities are going above and beyond, and they really are controlling that risk the same way we are or anybody else is. And I don't want to disparage those environments. Those people are doing a phenomenal job. I would say for the discretionary people, though, who can be at home, they can contact us. We're live 24/7. We are working. It's business as usual for us. I mean, we had a handful of caregivers who became unavailable due to this, but for the most part, our workforce is intact, and we indeed need more. So they can reach us online at livehomeandstead.com, or they can call us at 916-920-2273 or 530-885-3904, I believe. I'll check that. But yeah, we're available and ready. And for some people too, some of it's just getting information. We want to be an advocate. We want to be a resource for people. You know, just like you, we know everybody in the industry, and we've worked with Senior Care Solutions for 24 years.
Right.
And I have to say, you know, I'm not just saying this because you're interviewing me. Senior Care Solutions has been just a rock for us. One of those other businesses we can reach out to. Carol Kinsel founded the business and just has done a phenomenal job, has integrity. Everyone who works for you guys has been phenomenal. It is so cool to be able to reach out to you guys, share information, share case management, work together. So I'm super grateful for the relationship and for Senior Care Solutions.
And you brought it up briefly. Thank you, Buck. And we feel the same. I mean, the relationship, I think the company started right around the same time, and it's been a strong relationship. I've known you since right after you started the business, and we really feel comfortable in referring your way. So you mentioned briefly that, you know, you are looking for caregivers. So would they call those same phone numbers? And, you know, I know a lot of people are out of work right now, so I think that can be a great opportunity for folks. So what would that look like for somebody interested in employment?
Yeah, I mean, if not that there's anything really cool right now, but it is pretty cool that we've been able to virtualize our entire training program. And we do that within the guidelines of the State of California Department of Social Services requirements. We're also trying to live within the Department of Health California requirements for everything we're doing. But it's pretty cool. They can go online. They can apply online. We'll contact them quickly. We'll do some interviews online. And then as long as they meet the guidelines we're looking for, and we do have a fairly stringent process, we need people that are honest and dependable and compassionate, love the elderly, and have clean backgrounds. But provided that they meet that criteria, we want to talk to people right now. We can onboard people virtually, so we're not going to put them at risk. And that used to be about a 3-day process in the office, and now we've got it down to where it's about a day and a half online and different courses and different things, but we can make it very friendly and easy to do business with.
Awesome.
And again, they can do that at livehomeandstead.com, or they can call 916-920-2273.
And we'll post those phone numbers on the website at the end of the video, so folks can catch those. So, well, we are so thankful for having you today and just sharing this wealth of information so that we can keep the public informed, keep our clients informed, be a resource as we move forward. So for our viewers, we're going to try to be doing something along these lines at least on a weekly basis. If you have ideas or topics or things that you'd like to hear about us, please contact us at info@seniorcs.com is our email address. Our website is www.seniorcs.com. We're on Facebook, and so all kinds of different ways to contact us. You can also get in touch with us and get on our email list so that we can provide you updates when we're going to be doing more education. Also, like I said, we're interested in topics. We are looking at, hopefully next week, a interview with Dr. Beverly Chang, who is a local geriatric psychiatrist, talking about isolation, depression, which we know is a huge topic right now. We have some other great, unfortunate topics that we're going to be dealing with, which is how do you deal with placing a loved one currently in assisted living and the fear of not being able to visit on a regular basis. We currently are spending a lot of our days just nurturing, supporting, providing resources for families who are panicked by not being able to visit on a regular basis. But I can tell you that as an industry, we're all talking, we're all sharing, and I think everybody's trying to do the best job they can in this uncertain time, which I don't think any of us could have anticipated. So as far as contacting Senior Care Solutions, again, you can email us, or you can visit the website, or our phone number, 916-965-5565. We are all working remotely, except we do have one person in the office from 10 to 2 who can route calls. If it's after hours or after those hours, you can also call our on-call number at 916-821-2273. But if you do leave a message on our main line, that will be forwarded immediately to a family consultant who will get back to you. So everyone stay safe out there. Know that we're all here. And again, thank you, Buck. Anything else you want to close with?
Yeah. Where does Senior Care Solutions service? What's your
Great ask. So we cover Sacramento County, we cover Placer, Nevada, El Dorado, and a little bit of Yolo and surrounding counties. And if we don't cover it, we have partners that we refer to who do. So same question back at you.
Same thing with the exception of Yolo. So Placer, Sacramento, El Dorado, and Nevada counties. And then one last thing, Christine, while I've got the microphone and the video.
Sure.
A great effort right now, guys. If you're stuck at home and you can sew, the industry needs masks. There was just I saw a great video put up by the Department of Health lead in Placer County. Her suggestion is anybody who's going out in the community, have a mask, a scarf, some kind of protection. This doesn't completely protect you from the virus. It does protect spread of the virus, which mitigates the ramp of the infection, which is critical right now. So if you're home and you don't know what to do and you got cotton sheets and a sewing machine, man, everybody needs masks. The hospital needs the PPE N95s, but everybody needs these cotton masks. So it would be so awesome if people could, and people have been amazing. We've probably had 200 of them come in, but we need more.
Absolutely. That's great, Beck. So everybody stay safe out there. Try to be wearing your mask. I think that's the new recommendation if you can get the cloth mask. And just know that there's great resources like Home Instead, like Senior Care Solutions that are here if you have any questions. Just an ear to listen to. I think that's what a lot of the people we're talking to right now need, is just reassurance on how this is all being handled. And know that the medical professionals, the home care providers, I mean, some of these folks on the front line all of these folks on the front line are so dedicated, and we just appreciate all that you and your folks do, Buck. And thank you, and we hope to see you again real soon. Take care.